Hello? Sir? Are you awake? I've just got back with the shopping. Yes, I know you've been terribly bored without me. Feel free to complain about how much you missed my soothing presence. It doesn't count as whining. I mean, technically you are whining, but generally people don't notice when I'm gone. It's nice to be missed. How's your day been? I see you've managed to eat some toast and drink some tea. I had an interesting trip to the market. Do you perchance know someone called the Bog Witch? I see by your nervous silence I've hit upon something. Well, she asked how you were doing, and I said you've been better. She said, and I quote, "I asked him to spend the night with me. He told me his heart belonged to another, so I cast a curse that would make it turn to stone in his chest. And what I want to ask is..." Yes, I got you another jar of glitter. I know you've run out. You can put on all the glitter eyeliner you want after you answer a few simple questions. Well, just one, really. Were you going to tell me you loved someone enough to get cursed for her sake? Or was I just supposed to find that out on my own? At least tell me her name, sir. She ought to be right here expressing concern for your well-being. She should send you a greeting card at the very least. Fine. Keep your dalliances a secret. But do you have any idea how to break this curse? Other wizards you can get in touch with? Favors you couldn't call in? Maybe you've had some time to think during your rigorous schedule of afternoon naps, letting your tea get cold and then complaining about it, and nearly drowning in the bathtub. Who will you call upon for help? You're going to break your own curse, when you can barely get out of bed. For someone who's allegedly one of the kingdom's cleverest men, you can be so... You're such a... insolent, empty-headed, pig-brained, idiot fool. And I would scream it in your face, too, if you didn't have a headache. You know that sign on the door? The one that says, "Wizard's Tower, inquire within for all manner of spell work"? I'm going to get a paint pot and a stepladder and change it. Blithering Idiot's Tower, inquire within for all manner of... being wrong. Really, you're lucky you're so pretty. At least you can get through life on your looks. Toss your hair and flutter your eyelashes and everyone falls over themselves to cater to your every whim. Is that how you made it through wizard school with top marks? You studied. I'll believe that when I have eyewitness evidence. So if you can't break the curse, I suppose that leaves me. Luckily, I was able to shout at the Bog Witch until she wrote down instructions. What? Public shame is a very effective conversational tool. No, it's not impossible for someone without magic. You just have to be really firm with people. Anyway, I'd need to go around collecting things from all corners of the kingdom. We've got a strand from a unicorn's mane, a scale from a mermaid's tail, fairy dust from a fairy wing, egg of a rock, feather of a phoenix, and someone who loves you to mix all the ingredients together. Well, I'll be able to manage a few of those, at the very least. Where will I find someone who loves you? You're one of the kingdom's most eligible bachelors. There are girls out there who'd do anything for you. Worst comes to worst, we put an illusion on the tower and tell them you're an enchanted prince. A surprising number of people have fallen in love at first sight with the jeweled crown. I'm not leaving right away. I promise. I'm just getting something to copy down the instructions. One can never be too careful. I'll miss you too. I shudder to think what scrapes you might get into without me to look after you. Horror of horrors, your roots might grow out. I'm only kidding. I really will miss you. The way your face crinkles when you laugh at your own jokes, and how your face lights up when you found a new spell you're excited about. You're always telling me to come here or look at this, and it's always something magical. Something I've never experienced before. And I'm glad I listened. Remember when you jumped from the tower window? My heart was in my throat. I thought you were mad. And then you turned us both into birds. You were a cardinal and I was a sparrow. Sometimes if I close my eyes when it's windy out, I can remember what flying feels like. There's kindness in you. Underneath all the hair dye and eyeliner and embroidered silk robes. Sure, it may not be obvious, but I see how you treat those children who come around wanting to learn spells. And that woman who lost her husband. You sat with her for hours. I hear other servants talk about the rich folk they work for, and I've got a good situation here. That's why you're not allowed to die, sir. I get my own room and a day off every week. I'm going on this quest for my stipend and my holiday. Well, obviously I don't want you to die. I really do think that goes without saying. There's really no one quite like you. I shouldn't stay for long. Not when every second counts. But I'll stay until you fall asleep. Then I'll see about getting some of the villagers in to look after you. Even if you try to stay awake to keep me here, you're going to fall asleep eventually. You're ill. You're under a curse. There's no shame in giving in and letting yourself rest. You don't have to get out of bed to see me off when you can barely lift your head off the pillow. I promise I'll break the curse and save you, and I'll come back as soon as I can. There's nothing to worry about. And like you always say, you need your beauty sleep.